My first question to you all, which was the definition of a successful partnership. But if you'd like to each of you go into a little more detail about what that looks like and what that means to you, in particular with organizations like ours, Boston Telephone, partner with you as well as some pastors from churches. So my question is, how can people continue to build upon the partnerships that exist, or is there a way to get involved with each of the services that you all provide? Anyone?
I'll jump in first. So I don't need to throw either one of these guys under the bus, but law enforcement oftentimes think that they have all the answers, and I include myself in law enforcement. I think when we try and deliver our message at times, sometimes the message comes across as, let me tell you how it is out there on the street. And the reality is that for a lot of different reasons, us in law enforcement, we're the last persons to know exactly what's going on the street. So I'll give you an example of how our partnership works quite a bit. There's a lot of people from the Boston Reentry Initiative in the room right now. I get probably more calls from the mentors from the Boston Reentry Initiative than I do from my own family. And the calls always go something like this. Dan, there's a kid that just went through the panel that you spoke to about a month or two ago. He's been doing fantastically. He's been working. He's been in school, but he ran into a minor speed bump. And is there anything that we can do? Because when a kid picks up a gun, all bets are off, right? If a kid shoots somebody, all bets are off. But there are other minor speed bumps that a lot of our kids run into, and frankly, the last thing that we should be doing is putting them back in a locked facility. There are many things that we can do with many of the people in this room, that I have done with many of the people in this room, to give a kid the next opportunity. Now, what I have found that works best in collaboration is honest conversation. I think people in this room that call me frequently, I trust as much as I trust my own siblings. And if they ask me something, I know that it's coming from a sincere and well-informed position. We'll agree to disagree a whole number of times. There will be times when I say there is nothing that I can do because there are some collateral issues involving that person that you're calling me about that I can't go into. And I never am pushed or put into a difficult spot. And there are other times that, frankly, we agree. But as long as we communicate honestly and understand that sometimes we play different roles, I think that is the best example of how things work. There are many times where I'll disagree with Willie or the chief or their detectives, right? And you talk it through and you agree to disagree, and hopefully everyone's communicating and you arrive at some common ground. But the most important thing is honest conversations. There's a young man that's going into Boston Municipal Court this morning, but I got a call from Val Harris, and many people in this room knew who Val Harris is. And he asked me, was there anything that I could do to make sure that he hits the street under the strictest conditions? Now, it works both ways. When that young man goes out and he does something, before the police even call me or notify me, Val Harris or other people that I speak to call me and say, Danny, before, I don't know if you've heard yet, but that young man that you put your head out on the line for, he ran into A, B, C, and D, and please, you do what you have to do, and he didn't get it. He needs to be taken off the street. So that's kind of one example of how our partnerships work. And the street workers, too. Are the street workers in the room? And the street workers? The street workers are a great resource for us, and their efforts at helping us encourage people to participate in the prosecution as well.
Well stated. Collaboration. The key for us, along with the community, three key things: communication, having the same mission, and knowing what your goals are. We try to be as transparent as we can with our partners, whether it's street workers, the DA's department, MBTA. Of course, some stuff we can't share because that's affect individuals' rights. But how we're structured and how we work, it is about communication, being transparent, knowing what Dan does, knowing what the chief does, together, we can go towards that mission, which is reducing crime, increasing the lifestyles of our community. We want it safe for everyone. And, you know, that's our goal, that's our mission. We try to turn no one away. If anyone wants to come in and help the Boston police and the community, hey, we ask you to step up. You know, you can contact us through our community service officers. You can come up to me and say, hey, what can I do? But know this, it's all about accountability. We're held very accountable for what we're supposed to do in our roles. And I'm straight from Esmond up the street, so I give it back. So people that contact me, ask them to give it back and to spread the word. The old African proverb, we all heard it. Some folks, it still sounds kind of corny, but it's definitely at this day and age, it's going to take the village to raise a child. It's going to take the village to heal the village. We can't just arrest them away, lock them away, transport them away. So everyone in our partnership knows this, right? We have to be on the same page, agree to disagree, be able to accept any arguments that we have, you know, have to work it out and work it through. And we ask that anyone in the community working with us be on the same page. And what I tell my guys and ladies before they go out the door, do the best that you can do your job. And we have to all realize that we have to do our job. We can't pass it away. Like a lady told me in the community, at a community meeting, it's not my kids, it's their friends. So I'm like, well, ma'am, I will personally go and talk to your kid's friend. What's the parent's name? I don't know. That's your job. I'm not joking. That's exactly what she said. And we had a nice little discussion about that as to what the role of parenting is, and that you should be a detective in your own home before I come in here, because your timeout is quite different from our timeout. So if we could just work together in the community, spread the word, don't wait for someone else to take care of the problem, but work on that problem together, that would be great for us. I'm sure it would be great for everyone up here. So spread the word, let's work together, and hold parents accountable, and if you need help, we'll give you help. So it's all about together.